Hello everybody, my name is Raj Wadhwani and I'm the President of Contact Centre World. Thank you for joining us today. It's my pleasure to host this event, the 2021 16th Annual Global Top Ranking Performance Awards webinar. It's all about being the best you can be. And in today's session, which is going to last 45 minutes in total, and that includes time at the end for questions and answers, I'm going to be covering off about the awards, what it means for you, and how to enter. Before we jump in, I'm just going to play a very quick clip from an interview I did recently. It's with the National Contact Centre Manager of Coca-Cola. Let's hear what he had to say when we asked him how he felt when he won his award.
It feels great. You know, that's the best Friday I ever had in my life, you know.
The best Friday he had in his life. Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. This is how people feel when they win Contact Centre World Awards. It's the 16th annual programme, so it's not new. It's tried and tested. And I have 3 words at the bottom of the screen: prestige, integrity, benchmarking. These are 3 words that people think of when they talk about the awards programme we have. Prestige, because you're operating at the highest level. Integrity, because of the process and the vigorous process we take everybody through and how we make sure there's no bias. And benchmarking, because you're not just entering an awards programme and then you're going to a gala dinner and you hear, yes, you've won. Here you get back to benchmark yourself against the best in the industry. And we'll tell you more as we go through this. Now, we are the world's #1 and the largest contact centre association. So what? Well, what does that mean for you? You're getting global recognition from the industry leaders. What that means is you're getting an opportunity to win awards from the specialists, the people who know the industry best. Not just an awards company who suddenly happens to throw out the fact that they run awards. This is the best that you can get. On the right hand side you can see a quote there. This is from Telecontact. They're one of the leading outsourcers in Russia. I'm going to share with you lots of other quotes as we go through the session. And at the end of the day, it's not just about a bit of metal, you know, a bit of gold around your neck. It's a lot more that goes into winning one of these programs, one of these awards. And there's a lot more that it brings to you and your business. In the time we've been running the awards program, we've had entrants in over 80 different countries. Over 1,000 companies have entered and we've recognised thousands of winners along the way. On the left hand side you can see a quote from Manpower in Portugal. Now I'm showing you this because many people refer to what we do as being like the Olympics. You're representing yourself, your company and your country. So many people talk of what we do as being like the Olympics. It's the highest level, and be proud. They're very proud to represent their nation, their country, and wear their flag. I'm going to go over to Oman in the Middle East, and let's hear what this industry leader had to say when she went to her office after she won. She walked into the boardroom to meet up with her CEO, and a whole team of people were there, and they asked her about her experience.
Okay, first of all, they wanted to understand the whole journey of the awards from the day one we joined Contact Centre World, how we got into Contact Centre World. So how I came to know about Contact Centre World, I have done a survey by myself. So over there, I have got lots of companies or lots of agencies who gives awards for contact centers. But I was really overwhelmed with Contact Centre World being one of the largest contact center, amazing medals and amazing recognitions they give to the contact center all over the world. So then I have recommended my senior management that I want to go with Contact Centre World. So they wanted to hear from me how this started from the survey itself and how we have joined. So I've given the full experience, the emails that I've been contacting with you left and right, with our agents over here in Oman, the interviews that I have gone through. So all the experience I have given them. Then they have asked me what was my feeling on that day when I was announced as a winner. So I just told them when I was announced as a winner, I was screaming for 5 minutes without a full stop. So it was just, without a phrasing. So it was just, the way I was screaming because of the happiness that I was having. Same thing, the pride I was having, because I know myself as a leader, I know myself as a staff, I know myself how I want to grow in my career. So this made me more to gain confidence and made me to achieve more goals, to create more goals for my career. So this has given me a very big setup to ensure that I become someone over next 2-3 years. So I told them, they wanted to understand exactly what was my experience. So I gave them, this was my experience. It was a wonderful experience by the contact center world itself and how I gained this award. It was really, really fantastic, hilarious. It was a magical feeling from my side. I was really proud of myself.
Now, we talk about the Olympics and people refer to what we do in the Olympics. One of the reasons is that we hold regional heats, regional awards programs. We have the best in Americas, best in Asia Pacific, best in Europe, Middle East and Africa. And the gold winners, the folks who can proudly wear a gold medal, get to compete then in the world finals. It's like the Olympics, you all gather in one spot. Pre-pandemic, we would have a global best practice conference where all the award winners would gather and they would talk about what they do and share best practices, and we would then work out who the overall gold winner is, best in the world. During the pandemic, we've done everything online, and we'll talk a bit more about that and what our plans are for next year. Again, a quote from HKT. This is Hong Kong Telecom. So another quote from Asia. The benefit here of this program is that it's really competitive, very competitive. It's hard to win, but it's also very prestigious. Since we launched this in 2006, we said we've got to focus on the people in the contact center world. And we have awards for everybody who work in, say, the contact center or customer experience, and we'll go through that in just a moment. For the contact center, we have awards for the agents, the frontline professionals, for the supervisors, for the HR professional, for the IT professional, for the trainer, for the operations manager, for the help desk manager, for the overall leaders. We have awards for every single type of role in the industry. Quality, you name it, we've got it. Analytics, it's all there. Why? Because they're all important. You can't function as well as you think you are today without them. On the left-hand side of your screen, there's a quote from a leader at Vonage in the United Kingdom. What this means for you is that we have a multitude of different awards that you can compete in. Everybody in your organization can compete. And it's all about recognizing your talent, not just what the company does amazingly well, but you know you can't do it without the individuals. So we'll go through some of the categories in a short while. Let me tell you a little bit more about the integrity. We've built a process up, so from day one, when we launched this back in 2006, we said no of the online judges are going to see who the entrants are. No. We don't want anybody to be favoured or get any potential bias because of somebody they know, a judge, somebody who's going to look at the award entries and say, yeah, I know those guys, I like them, I'm going to put them through. Or sponsors. Sponsors do not have any judging vote either. So when you apply, you fill in your application online. Say you're based in Asia Pacific, your entries are seen by judges in Europe and America, nobody in Asia Pacific. If you're in Europe, your entries are seen by somebody or judges in Asia Pacific and Americas. And if you're in Americas, your judges are people in Europe and Asia Pacific. And the judges are typically past winners, so they know what to look for. They know how tough the competition is. They're not trying to sell you anything. They run contact centers, customer service operations, help desks. They know exactly what makes for a great leader or a great contact center. They're our judges. And typically we have about 100 judges every single year, all around the world. So judges are judging you based on what you do, not who you are. They don't even know your brand name. They don't know that you might be from Coca-Cola or MassMutual, or they don't know you might be from HSBC or Vonage. All they see is this organization or this individual, this is what they do, this is how they do it, and this is the results they get. So it's 100% free of any bias. That's really, really critical. And there's a quote from our friends at Vodafone on the bottom right-hand corner. I'm going to take you to South Africa, to again another 2020 award winner who's going to talk a bit about credibility and integrity.
What you've developed the last 15 years around a judging system which is as unbiased as you can possibly try to make it. Nothing's ever going to be. But, you know, behind the scenes to try and eliminate people that are just going to, you know, just flood the fake votes and things like that. Or there's bias because there's friendships or relationships. I truly think that what I've seen of the winners and everyone that's presented, the right caliber of people have definitely been the winners. So in my perspective, I think that Contact Center World's well recognized as being, you know, probably the most unbiased and in terms of size, the biggest organization.
So there you have it, unbiased, and it's really important to us that we don't have anybody judging you as an entrant because they know you. So that's the other thing that we don't like, is we don't allow sponsors to compete. Entrants judge their peers, so it's the people who run centres who are judging other centres. It's all about your peer group, people who know what they're doing. We also break down awards into different categories in many areas. For example, we have in-house, because in-house, like banks, insurance companies, if they're running their own centres, they have different metrics and different performance criteria and different budgets, and maybe an outsourced organisation who runs it on behalf of other organisations and other clients. We also break it down into government, and in some categories like contact centre, customer service, we also break them down into different sizes. So if you're a small contact centre, you're competing against another small contact centre for best contact centre. On the left-hand side is a quote from BCA. They've been involved in these awards programs for 11 years now, and there's a short video from them I'm going to play a little bit later, but here's their comment about the concept. What this means for you is that it's 100% fair to everybody. Everybody has a fair chance of winning. There's no favoritism, no bias, as we saw from our colleague over in South Africa talking about what we do, and there's no favoritism. We don't think you've got to be big to win. What we also do is we make sure that we network everybody together. This is really important because it's great knowing you might win an award, but why not meet all the other people who are in the same award program as you? They can share insights, best practices, ideas, be inspiration for you. So with Contact Center World, we're very, very focused on networking, and you get to know everybody. It's all about making elite connections, and that's a huge benefit, because when you get back to your office or your contact center and you have a problem, wouldn't it be nice to reach out to a contact center executive, maybe on the other side of the world, who you know is an award winner? You know them because you've met them through Contact Center World. Maybe you've become friends, and that's often one of the things that many people say about what we do. We are like a family. And then you have a problem, you talk to them, they give you some fantastic solutions or their perspective on what you can do differently. And there's a quote from our friends at DHL in Turkey. Now, staying in Turkey, we're going to go to an outsourcer who had experience of this program for the very, very first time this year, and we asked them what their experience was like.
We check lots of competitions like yours, and we found that Contact Center World is really the one which is accredited all over the world, and it's really all over the world. Lots of call centers are participating this award competition. So because of this, we decided to participate as well.
One of the things that we're really proud of, and again, this goes back all the way to when we first launched in 2006. This is not new to us, folks. We said we want you to learn along the way. It's about sharing your best practices. So to win one of our awards, you have to share what you guys do. If you're up for Best Contact Center, you talk about your contact center. If you're a leader, you talk about your leadership and what you do. Everybody is learning. And all finalists, be warned, you have to present what you do in the subject matter that you're a finalist in. So it's really, really important that when you enter, you remember that, great, I got through to the finals, now I need to prepare and put together a presentation. We give you a few months to prepare, and we tell you and we what to include. We help you, give you guidelines, we give you access to past presentations. We do a number of things to help you through the process. But what's really important is your presentation needs to impress the judges. It needs to showcase why you're the best. So we ask you to share best practice tips. And that's the really good thing about the program, is that you're improving what you do because you're learning from others. You're learning from the other best. It's like going into, say, the Olympics, where you're all runners and you learn off each other. You become friends and you also learn off what they're doing. It doesn't matter, you're competing at the end of the day, but you can still learn what best practices other people are doing. What this all means to you is that you learn amazing tips from the best in the industry. What a great way to improve your business, to make you look like a superstar. And that's another comment we've heard quite often. I go back to the office, or I've been to the conference and I look like a superstar because I've got all these ideas. Another benefit, a huge benefit for everybody who gets involved in the awards and then sits through the conference sessions. You can get a certificate in contact center best practices. It really shows that you've been exposed to many, many best practices. The benefit for you is it looks fantastic on your professional profile. It adds value. It adds value to your personal brand. On the top right-hand corner, there's a picture from one of our events that we had in Berlin. This was for Europe, Middle East and Africa, and you can see some of the recipients holding their proud certificates in contact center best practices. On the bottom right-hand corner, there's a quote there from our friends at Samsung. It doesn't just end there with the awards. The other thing that we do is we ask every entrant if they will be good enough to submit some benchmarking data. Like, what is their call duration? What is their average time to answer? What is their response time for emails, for web chats, for phone calls? All of this, callbacks. We ask loads and loads and loads of data. And the ones who give it to us then get access to benchmarking data collected from all the best contact centers around the world. Now, you say, so what? Well, we're benchmarking, giving you the opportunity to get benchmarking data of the best contact centers out there, not just the average ones. So many organizations say, hey, fill in our benchmark study. You really don't know if the guy who filled it in is putting garbage in, or if they are terrible at what they do. So you're getting the average of maybe some really good contact centers and some terrible, maybe some garbage that's put in, and you're seeing some data somewhere in the middle. Does that really help you? Or wouldn't you want to be compared against the best in the industry? Because you know your customers do. When your customers get in touch with you, they compare you against the best that they've just had. Not against the average. They don't say, yeah, they're average. They look at the best. They say, those guys are the best out there. And I like working with this bank, this insurance company, this airline, you name it. So when you look at benchmarking data, compare yourself against the best, not Joe Average, because it will help you improve. And we give every single entrant who provides some of this data free access to this benchmark data. You know it's rich in data. There's a quote on the right-hand side from our friends at Renault. I love the fact at the end she says it's not only a competition, it's about friendship. I talked earlier about the Contact Center World family. That's the way people feel. They come to our events, they get involved, they make friendships. And it's joy, it's happiness. So many people have really spoken about that. And it's inspiration. It helps us get through the next year and onwards. Here's another quote from MassMutual on the right-hand side. It's all about having achievements recognized. I've met people in organizations who they come along to one of our events and they compete for, say, best agent, best customer service agent. 3 years later, they're a director of that company. And I've had people come up to me and said, that was the thing that changed my life. I got recognized. The CEO of the company recognized me, recognized my achievement, and I got promoted. And they go up the career chain, up the career ladder. It's all about getting your achievements recognized, not just internally, but externally, looking at investors, looking at customers. And as this leader of MassMutual said, it's about a priceless experience. It casts a very favorable eye on your business. And wouldn't you want your CEO to look at your business, at what you're doing in the contact center and say, wow, you know what, let's invest a bit more, let's do what else we can. And there's some of the organisations who get involved with us every single year. They do a phenomenal job. I'm going to introduce you in a moment to Bank Central Asia. They are absolutely mind-blowing, and they will share a very short video clip of what they do to encourage their agents, their frontline professionals to get involved. It's all about boosting staff morale and motivation and helping your staff feel proud. Too many contact centres out there, too many customer services help desks, CX organisations talk about how they look after people. We're interested in the ones who don't talk about it, but they actually walk the talk, they actually do it. It shows everybody, hey, I'm in a fantastic organisation, they take care of me, they give me opportunities. And I've been to events in Europe, for example, where people come from South Africa or other parts of the world and they say, hey, I've never been outside my own country, never been on a plane, and here I am in London or some other location. I'm presenting at a conference. I'm a frontline professional. I'm proud. And you know what? They go back to the organisation. They inspire everybody else. It's infectious. Focus on your people. Don't just go for awards for your company and your brand. Show and give individuals a chance to succeed, because those individuals will be a bright, shining example for everybody in the organisation to excel. And it will increase morale, increase performance, increase customer experience, because your staff are going to be so happy. And you know what? It's going to reduce your turnover. I've got a quote here from Vonage about the effect on their people, and this was from an interview I recently did with two of the leaders at Vonage. One based in Poland, the other one based in the United Kingdom.
Oh, you know me, Raj, I can't do one or two words. I think the work that you guys have done has been outstanding. The lift that my team and I get from partaking and fortunately winning our awards with Contact Centre World is a real boost. Please keep it up. Yeah, absolutely. We will be back. We'll be back and doing our very best to compete with our colleagues who are also the best in the world in this market.
Excellent. That's what it's all about, okay? It's lifting up your team. Especially now, during the pandemic, it's been a really tough year. You want to show individuals they matter, they count, they're important, they're number one. It's also about giving them a career opportunity, showing them that there are options. Too many organisations in certain parts of the world, they just focus on getting people in, and then they complain about the staff turnover. They have 20, 30, 40% staff turnover. They're happy if they get, 10 to 15% turnover. I look at some of the other organisations that we deal with who enter these awards and show their people they have an opportunity, they have a career. And their turnover rates, 1%, 2% per annum. Come on guys, it's all about giving a staff a career. Winners get noticed, they get promoted, they get opportunities, they're role models for the entire team. You want to reduce turnover and attrition, one of the best ways is to let your people enter our awards program and compete. And there's a quote from our friends at Whirlpool on the right hand side. I mentioned a short while ago a video from Bank Central Asia in Indonesia. Here's a part of a video they put together for us a couple of years back to showcase their journey, and I've just taken a snippet from it. I'm going to play that, and it will explain some of the business processes that you go through to try and identify entrants for our awards program. And they've been doing this for 10 years, by the way.
We have official team that will select the talented candidates. We designed 9 boxes. This is our talent pool program mapping based on our team member performance and competencies. And we believe that every employee has their special skill. We use Strength Finder to maximize their own capabilities. Only best of the best can join Contact Centre World, because this is the most prestigious reward and achievement for our team member. They are champion of national and international. This is the busy process, how we prepare the detail of every steps of this journey.
The full video they shared with us a couple of years ago is phenomenal. It's fun to watch, it's hugely inspiring. And I've watched people in this organisation come in at entry level, compete in our awards, and then over the years I've seen those people grow their careers. So many of them are like senior managers, vice presidents of the organisation. It's hugely inspiring, and they are a major success story in Asia Pacific and indeed the world. So they're one to watch. They're an organisation that many of us should really aspire to be like, because they've taken some of the challenges of running a contact centre in a bank and turned it around to become so focused on customer engagement and giving a unique experience. And their staff are some of the best people you'd ever meet out there. Most inspiring, fantastic organisation. And winning's in their culture, and we're proud to have them involved in the Contact Centre World Awards every single year. There's also the Dream Team, which goes a step further. It's not just winning awards for individuals or the company. We have a Dream Team Award, which is the organisations who really show they care about their people. And it's all about rewarding and engaging and recognising the achievements of people by letting them enter our awards and compete at the elite level. Benefit to you is if you start winning these Dream Team Awards, you save on recruitment because people want to work for you. You don't have to hunt them out, and they're going to stay with you because they realise and recognise that you are one of the best out there. I'm going to go back to Oman now. We're going to go back to our leader out there and just talk a little bit about how she felt when she won her gold.
Say hi. Yalla, you go. Go. Okay, so it was really amazing experience. So getting this award, to be very frank, it wasn't ever in my experience so far, and I have never imagined it. But when I joined Contact Center World, I was having greater confidence. I'll make it. I will ensure I'm making. I will ensure I'm coming out with something. I'll not just let myself down and my organization down. So I can say one of my bigger dreams that I had one of them has been achieved as of now. But still, this is not final. More to come, inshallah. More to come.
That's the spirit that so many of our award winners have. It doesn't just stop there. They come back again and again and again. And for those organisations who are outsourcers, who provide services to third parties or technology companies, it's also about retaining and acquiring new customers. These awards give you respect. Customers know that these mean a lot because they're voted for by their peers. You can't buy these. On the far right hand side, Samsung together with their partner Teleperformance in Asia. On the left hand side, Webhelp, a very large international outsourcing firm. This is one of the COOs telling us about the awards program. The fact is, winning attracts more business. And I've got a quote here from one of the technology winners this year from the United Kingdom.
For me, that was the highlight. The fact that, suddenly half the industry, particularly, all over the place that we work, people that I've worked with for years and maybe lost touch with, were suddenly so emphatic about it.
Brilliant. It's all about recognition on an international scale. Now, one other thing that we do, gold winners are fast-tracked to the next year's event. What this means is, if you're a gold winner at one of our regional awards, you have the opportunity, you have the privilege, the honour of coming back the next year and competing and defending your title you won the previous year. The great thing is, you don't have to fill in any forms. We made it simple as a click. You come onto our website after you've won gold, there is a question, would you like to come back and defend your title, your win, and show you're not a one-hit wonder? And everybody loves to do that because it means click, I'm qualified, I don't have to worry at all until next year when I've got to start preparing for the awards program and my presentation. It's as simple as that. It's one of the great things that we do, make it easy for people to come back and defend their title. You're a champion after all. There is the competitive advantage. We all love to say we're number one. You want to be that organisation, you want to be leaders that others follow. Don't you love to be number one? We all do. We also provide lots of resources to all the winners. This year it's been a bit different. we've had to change things up. Traditionally, we have nice award trophies. They're wooden. They don't transport very well, so we've had to change things up a little bit. But you still have your traditional medal that we've had for years. And the inspiration for the medal actually came back in 2006 from Intel Corporation. They were one of our winners in our Vegas gala dinner. One of the guys came up to me and says, "Why don't you give out medals? It's like the Olympics." And ever since 2006, we've been doing these little babies. So we give you lots of things. We call them show-off rights. Really opportunity to show off your win. So we give you things like banners you can print off. They're already print ready. You can give them to a printer. Get some nice big banners. We give you screensavers for your staff. You can put them on the screens. You can get mouse pads. We give you logos that you can put everywhere on your emails, on your company website. We give you plaques. We also give you medals. They come in different formats. We have gold, silver, and bronze medals, and they come in presentation cases as well. What we also did this year is we created some winner slides. At the top you can see Teleperformance and Samsung. This was for their win for Best Outsourcing Partnership. So we feature the winners. We give them all this material that they can post on their website and share on social media. The one below is one of the winners from DHL in South Africa. So again, we give every single individual winner, every company winner, some videos that they can use and share and be proud of. As I said earlier, over 1,000 organisations who have entered this. Here's some of the ones from the Americas. So if you're in North or South America, there's some brands there that you're going to recognise. From Oi in Brazil, the big telco, to New York Life, to Wells Fargo, Whirlpool, DHL, brands that you recognise, HP and more. If you're in Asia Pacific, here's some of the brands that you're going to be familiar with. You already know some of these names we've mentioned earlier. There's HKT, there's BCA, there's companies like Vodafone, who we saw earlier, Samsung, and many, many others. And if you're in Europe, Middle East and Africa, again, some other very big brands there like Dell, DHL, Vodafone, Volkswagen, Renault, Turkish Airlines, to name but a few. So you can see you're in really good company. And on Contact Center World, we have hundreds of comments and videos from all around the world, from past and current winners. It's really straightforward, and as I mentioned earlier, we'd love to jump on a call with you, or Skype or Zoom, and help you through the process. Really easy to find the awards program. When you visit Contact Center World, right at the very top there is a tab for awards. Click on that, you can enter the awards program. Featuring right now, we also have a banner. It says Go for Gold, 16th annual. Click on that, take you straight into the awards. And if you're on our homepage, we also have a small version of the banner. But at any time, if you need help or advice, just contact us. We'll be happy to help. On to the award categories. We break them down into different categories. We have Customer Experience Awards, Contact Center Awards, Individual, Customer Service, Technology, you name it, we've got it, okay? And as I mentioned at the very beginning, we are an association dedicated to this industry. So we're not just throwing out awards for the sake of doing awards. We specialise in this industry. The awards are very specialised for you as one of the professionals in this industry. To go into a little bit more detail on some of these awards, here's a breakdown. It's all on the website. New ones for this year, we've got some CX awards, CX champions at different levels within the organisation. Organisational CX, what we mean by that is looking at the whole organisation. So if you're a bank, it would include the contact centre, maybe the technical help desk. It would also include other areas like the branch networks, anywhere that you guys have a customer-facing role. We also have Best CX Branch Retail Service. That's for the organisations who have specialist retail or branches. I mentioned Be the Best You Can Be, and it's about people as well. Here's some of the individual awards. You can see there's a range covering all different levels and roles in the contact centre. Then some of the other organisation and strategic awards. We've introduced some new ones this year. We have a Best Employee Wellness Programme. That is geared around employee wellness from a physical and mental well-being. So we're going to ask you, for example, what you do in your business that will help the physical, like, you know, the ergonomics, the environment, etc. And also the mental, how you help people deal with stress and anxiety and other challenges. the mental side of this industry is really, really important, especially as more and more of our staff have been working remotely. Taking care of our people isn't just by paying them a salary, it's also taking care of their mental well-being. And that's the focus of this new award. And we have Best Crisis Management. Hey, we've all experienced it this year. Crisis management, pandemic, how do we shift from being an in-house contact center to working from home? How do we manage it? So we got a new award, Best Crisis Management Campaign. And it doesn't have to be about the pandemic. It could be about any crisis that your company, organization, or your nation has to deal with, and you are part of the solution. We've got technology awards, a whole range for industry vendors as well as contact centers who develop their own solutions. So those are some of the awards. The process, really straightforward. You enter, you have until 31st of March to complete your entry forms. We announce finalists in April, and not everybody's going to be a finalist, okay? That's one thing to remember. You're not guaranteed a spot as a finalist. We take the best, and you have to be not just the best, but hit minimum standards that we set up. You then, if you're a finalist, we'll then tell you where you're going to compete on the online program. They're going to be in August and September, and I've got the dates in a moment. And then if you win a gold medal, one of these little babies, you get to compete in the global finals, which we hope to be live this year in December of 2021. Here are the dates at a glance. So you can see March 31st is the cutoff date. April, we start announcing the shortlist finalists. Then August and September, we have the regional events, starting with Asia Pacific. And in December, the global awards. The regional awards are all going to be online using the tools that we've developed. The global award, we hope to be back live. And in 2022, we hope to be back with a live program. I'm going to finish off with some tips just to help get you going. Please, at any time you want us to go through anything with you, just contact us and say, hey, can we go through a call? We'll be more than happy. There's myself and one of my colleagues. One of my colleagues looks after Europe. I look after Asia Pacific and Americas. Happy to jump on a call. But even if you're in Europe and you want me to jump on, I can gladly help you out as well. We'll give you some ideas, talk about what's important to you, and help you through the process. We're going to give you some articles you can share, how to write winning award entries. It's not difficult, but there are some pointers that will help guide you in the right direction. We will also give you an opportunity. If you register now, you have until March 2021 to submit your entries. We also have our own message center. The great thing about the message center is that we can send you messages, you can send us messages. It bypasses traditional email, doesn't get caught in spam filter. When we're online, you can also chat with us as well. So we have our own tools to make it easy for you to stay in touch. But, you know, as I said earlier, we will at any time jump on a Skype call with you, Zoom call. We're here to help you succeed, help you be the best you can be. I'm going to say this thing to you because we hear this every now and then, and it kind of, it makes me wonder. Companies enter the awards and they're like, oh, we didn't realize we're going to be finalists, we're not prepared, and we don't know what to do, and we haven't planned for the finals. It's like, come on guys, if you're in this award program, be positive. Plan to be successful, okay? You'll never be successful, and we all know this from business school, you'll never be successful if you plan to fail, okay? You want to plan to succeed. You want to go into this award program thinking, we have a chance. Let's plan to be successful. And if you don't make the finals, not a problem. You know what? That's when you want to say, okay, let's go to the awards conference. Let's find out what we're missing, what we can do better, and we'll come back next year and we'll make the finals. Okay, so it's all about improving, about learning. I would also encourage you, if you're part of a large organization, to share the details about the award program with your colleagues. Make sure that everybody knows you're involved, because they might want to jump in as well. And also other locations that you might have in the company. It doesn't matter if you have, 6 locations around the world. You can enter every single one of those in the awards because we have different regions. That's all about sharing what you're doing. Join us in February. at the World Finals online. It's going to be online. You can watch the 2020 winners from the regions compete, share amazing ideas. You'll take away at least 500 best practice tips, and you'll get some inspiration that will help you think about, okay, if we're going to be successful, we've still got a little bit of time to finish off our entry forms. We know what judges are looking for. You'll get first-hand experience. It's a brilliant way to learn and see what the whole process is. Pricing-wise, we've made it very, very affordable to enter the awards program. There is an awards fee for company awards and also individual awards. Finishing off, I mentioned my colleague in Europe, Elif. She's been with us. She's actually was a previous award entrant back in 2014, and she helped champion her company to win a gold medal for her organisation. She works for Contact Center World now. We stole her. And myself, we're both very happy to jump on a Skype call with you anytime, day or night, to help you guys out. Lastly, just want to summarize a few points why you should enter and why this is important to you and what you're going to get. Number one, global recognition. There is nothing else out there like it. Global recognition from an industry organization, not just an awards company. We are the association. We're number one. We're going to help you be number one. This is the 16th annual program, which means you have comfort in the fact that we've been doing this for a couple of years. We have over 40 awards for individuals and corporates. Remember the individuals? Your company doesn't exist without them, but you also want some company awards, so go for both. We have zero bias, okay? Really important. The judges are not going to see your company name, who you are. They're not going to know anything about you when you get to the online finals being announced. We don't want anyone saying, I know that company, and that's what, or people saying, that's why they got to the finals because they know so-and-so or they know so-and-so. No, none of that. It doesn't happen. You're going to learn from the best. You're going to learn from others, so you can continuously improve. You take away a lot of ideas. You get richer through the process. You're going to have access to benchmarking data of the best, not just the average, and that's really important. If you win regionally and you get one of these gold medals, remember you go on to the Global World Finals. Absolute privilege to represent your country in the World Finals. Imagine saying, hey, we are part of Team X, where X is your country name. Be proud. Winners also get the chance to, one click, get fast track to the next year's finals without having to spend any time filling in any forms or preparing on pre-qualifying or qualifying. You're already pre-qualified. For 2021, the regional awards are going to be online. The global event, we plan to have that live. The venue, we haven't yet decided. It could be Las Vegas, or it could also, where we used to go until 2016. Now there's a change in government in the States. We know, and we're hoping that America's going to be open to everyone again. It doesn't matter where you come from in the world. If it's open, we might end up going back to Vegas, or it could be somewhere in Europe or somewhere in Asia. We'll keep you posted. You have until 31st of March 2021 to complete your entries, so plenty of time. Plan to win, okay? Think like a winner, go for gold. Don't enter and then think, oh yeah, we entered this award. You've got to put your heart and soul into this, and you may just end up being a finalist going on to becoming world champion. That's where you start. The last thing I want to say is remember this is a very, very valuable, prestigious opportunity. We're number one in the industry for a reason. We focus on the industry. We dedicate our time, energy, resources to the industry. We want you to be number one. We want like award winners who like competing in award programs by the industry. It speaks volumes. We're not just a company out there trying to make a few dollars because we run awards programs. No, we are dedicated to the contact center world. We're dedicated to you. We want you to be the best you can be. So please apply now. I'm going to stay online for a few more minutes to answer any questions. Thank you for joining us. Wish you success. It's not about luck, it's about success. Wish you success. Thank you for joining us.